Here's why your marketing isn't working. Because your product features are boring. I've been marketing for over 30 years and I'm still amazed at what brands get wrong about advertising and marketing. We have scaled brands over and over again using the same techniques that I'm going to talk to you about. And when you look at the brands that have scaled over the last 10, 20, 30 years that have done a tremendous job, the one you idolize, they all follow this same process. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you. This might sting, but you need to hear it because it's the truth. Nobody cares about your proprietary algorithm. They don't care about your hyper-converged 24/7 cloud-native architecture. And they definitely don't care about your founder's bold vision for a synergy-filled future. These things sound impressive within your team, but to customers, they're just noise. If you're a startup founder or working in marketing for a new product, I know what you're thinking right now, but we spent 2 years building that API. It's really robust. Just look at the feature list. Congratulations, you built a robust API. But here's the thing, you just turned your entire marketing strategy into essentially a first date where you only talked about your resume, listing bullet points and hoping someone's impressed. It's exhausting, it's expensive, and I guarantee you, you're not getting a second date and you're definitely not getting a sale. So in this video, I'm going to break down the #1 marketing mistake modern companies make, and it has nothing to do with your budget. The real problem is that most teams are obsessed with features when they should be obsessed with outcomes. So we'll dig into the big 6 outcomes that people actually care about, and I'll show you real-life examples of modern companies that win because they get this right. And here's the best part. Doesn't matter if you're B2B, B2C, selling a physical product, SaaS, even magic beans, I don't care. The psychology is exactly the same. People are people. Let's get clear on what we mean by features versus outcomes, because this is where most teams get tripped up. Feature is what your product is or what it has. It's the technical side, the specs, the ingredient list. An outcome is what your product actually does for your customer's life. It's the transformation, the emotion, the feeling you deliver. Let's look at a classic example, one they teach on day 1 in marketing school, but it's updated for today. Does anybody remember the Creative Nomad Jukebox from 2001? Of course you don't. Nobody does. But I bet you remember the original Apple iPod from the same year. Both of these devices launched at the same time, and they basically did the same thing. They stored and played your music. Creative Nomad's ad shouted 5 gigabytes of storage and USB 2 support, which only mattered to tech nerds who actually knew what that meant. Meanwhile, Apple's ad just said 1,000 songs in your pocket. Apple sold you a magical superpower. Creative Nomad sold you a hard drive. Do you see the difference? Apple wasn't selling a gadget. They were selling a better version of you. Suddenly, you could carry your entire music library anywhere you went. One company changed the world, the other faded into obscurity. It's gone. And yet founders and marketers everywhere are still making this exact same mistake 25 years, 26 years later. Even the biggest brands slip up. Take Google's Dear Sydney AI ad during the 2024 Olympics. They tried to sell speed, showing how AI could write a fan letter to an athlete on behalf of your child in seconds. But here's the real problem. When you're writing a fan letter on behalf of your child, you're not looking for efficiency, you're looking for a human connection. So by focusing on a feature and ignoring the heart of the activity, Google turned a cool tech demo into a cringy, tone-deaf moment. Let's talk about the 6 core outcomes that actually drive people to buy and see how today's most successful brands tap into them. To be successful, you have to realize that every purchase, no matter the industry, maps back to a handful of deep human desires. If your product doesn't deliver on at least one of these 6 outcomes, it's going to struggle. It's that simple. So let's walk through each one with real-life examples. I'm sure you'll recognize them. Outcome #1 is relief. This is all about removing pain and fast. Think of a customer who's feeling stressed, uncomfortable, frustrated. Your product swoops in, makes that problem disappear, taking them from ugh to okay in no time. Advil, for example. This is probably the classic. They're not just selling ibuprofen, they're selling that amazing moment when your headache finally goes away and you can get back to living your life. That's what they're selling. But let's look at a modern disruptor. Look at Casper mattresses. When Casper launched, their real competition wasn't just other mattresses. It was the anxiety, the hassle, and the dread that comes with mattress shopping. Problem wasn't, I need more foam. The real problem was having to awkwardly lie on a mattress in a store while a salesperson hovered over you, and the headache of figuring out the delivery and the logistics. Casper's whole marketing message was about simplicity and relief. No awkward showrooms, no pushy salespeople, no hassle. The feature was foam in a compressed box, but the advantage was shipped to your door. And the real outcome, I don't have to argue with a salesperson. I don't need to borrow a friend's truck. I just clicked a button and my mattress showed up at my door. Easy. That's relief. They provided relief from logistical nightmare of mattress shop. Outcome number 2, confidence. This is all about helping your customers feel capable and assured, like they know exactly what they're doing and they belong. People crave that feeling, whether it's in their personal life or at work. So take Grammarly, right? It helps you look smart in emails. But let's zoom in on Masterclass, a company whose entire business is built on selling confidence. What is Masterclass selling? It's not selling video content. They're not just selling online lessons. They're selling the confidence that comes from learning directly from the world's best. When you take a class with Gordon Ramsay, you don't just get recipes, you start to feel like a real chef. When you buy Gordon Ramsay's course, you aren't just getting recipes, you're getting the confidence to cook for people without the fear that it's going to taste like old gym socks. You're buying the feeling of becoming a skilled home chef. Masterclass markets the transformation you feel from being mentored by icons. It's about the confidence boost you get knowing you're learning from the top experts in the world. So outcome number 3, status. This is probably the easiest one for everybody to understand. Humans are hardwired to chase status. We love sending signals that we're successful, we're elite, we're in the know. That's why luxury brands and exclusive memberships exist, right? The classic for consumers is Rolex. People don't buy a Rolex to tell time. A watch just tells time. A Rolex, on the other hand, tells the world you have $15,000 you don't need and that you've made it. That's pure status. But status isn't just for consumers. It's in the business world too. Being a Salesforce shop is a massive status signal. If your company is Salesforce certified, or if you can afford to run your entire revenue engine on Salesforce, you're telling investors, partners, competitors one thing. We're serious about our growth and we have complex enterprise-grade operations. Choosing Salesforce isn't just about features. It's a way to show partners and investors that your company is serious, stable, and ready for growth. And if you're an employee, having Salesforce certified on your resume, it's fast track to higher pay and more promotions. So outcome number 4 is speed. This is all about giving people the gift of time. Your customer is stuck at point A, facing a problem, and they desperately want to get to point B, the solution, as quickly as possible. The less time it takes, the happier they are. TurboTax, classic example. They turn the nightmare of tax season into something you can finish in an afternoon. But let's look at a modern B2B fintech, Stripe. Before Stripe, setting up online payments was a total nightmare for developers. It took weeks, sometimes months. Custom coding, endless compliance paperwork, slow, stressful, and frustrating. Stripe didn't win by shouting about features like robust payment processing APIs. Their entire pitch was about speed. For developers, Stripe meant you could get payments up and running in record time. The feature was just 7 lines of code, but the outcome was go from 0 to processing payments in a single afternoon. That's the power of speed. Stripe's whole strategy was about simplifying and speeding up a critical business process so developers could spend less time wrestling with payments and more time building what actually matters. The real outcome, hours, even days saved. Outcome number 5, simplicity. This isn't just about having fewer features. It's about reducing mental load. Your customer is juggling a million things and only has so much brain power left. The more you remove friction, clutter, and confusion, the better your product feels. Think about the original iPhone. It took something as complex as a smartphone and made it so intuitive that your grandmother could use it. But let's take a SaaS example. Let's look at Slack. Slack was created as a direct answer to the chaos and frustration of business email. What's the real outcome Slack delivers? It's definitely not just asynchronous. What's the real outcome Slack delivers? It's definitely not a synchronous communication. It's sanity. It's peace of mind at work. The problem was a nightmare of endless tangled email chains where nobody knows what's going on, which attachment is the right one, whether you missed the memo that actually matters. The Slack outcome is one channel, one thread, one source of truth. Everything's organized, and when 5 o'clock hits, you can actually relax knowing that you didn't drop the ball on something important. So Slack took the mental chaos of managing a fast-moving team, and they made it simple, streamlined, and manageable. And finally, outcome number 6, certainty. We humans hate uncertainty. We'll pay extra just to avoid a nasty surprise. Certainty is about providing peace of mind, a guarantee that what you need will actually happen no matter what. FedEx built its entire brand on certainty when they said when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight. You know it'll get there. No anxiety, no crossed fingers, just certainty. A great SaaS example from the last decade is Okta. What is Okta actually selling? It's not selling identity and access management. They're selling certainty, specifically security certainty for IT IT teams. For an IT director at a big company, the real fear isn't my employees might find the login screen confusing. It's if we get hacked, my company is in the news and I'm out of a job. Okta doesn't just manage logins, they're seeking Okta doesn't just manage logins, they're selling IT leaders a good night's sleep. It's that simple. That's the power of certainty. So let's bring it all together. Take a hard look at your product. Take an honest look at your marketing. Are you just rattling off technical specs, or are you making real promises to your customer? If you're talking about what your product is instead of what it actually fixes for your customer, you're missing the entire point of marketing. You got to pass the so what test every single time. Say to your customer, we have an API-driven architecture. So what? Try to explain that means your systems can finally talk to each other easily. So what? But the real outcome is, the thing they care about is, so you won't have to manually copy and paste data between 5 different spreadsheets at 4 o'clock on a Friday. You actually get to go home on time. That last sentence, that's what your customer's really buying. Speed, relief, and a better life. If your startup's marketing is falling flat, here's my challenge. Go through your website right now. For every single feature you list, keep asking yourself, so what? Until you land on one of those 6 human outcomes. If you can't find a real outcome, it's time to get out there and talk to your customers. Figure out what they're actually buying from you. Because it's almost never about innovation. It's almost always about a better feeling, a better life, and a better version of themselves. Want help putting this into practice? Drop your company's product in the comments below. Tell me what your current marketing says, and I'll help you translate it into a high-impact outcome headline. Let's turn features into real results together. And hey, if you found this helpful, hit subscribe, like the video so other founders can find it. I'll see you in the next one. Now go out there and sell some outcomes.